You're out enjoying a sunny day with a relaxing walk, breathing in the fresh air, when out of nowhere, a deep ache begins in your calves. This isn't the usual soreness from physical activity, it feels more intense and uncomfortable. You brush it off, thinking maybe you've just spent too much time on your feet. But what if I told you that certain foods you've been including in your diet for years could be gradually cutting off the essential blood supply your legs rely on? Items that silently constrict your blood vessels, damage your nerves, and in the worst cases, led to something as severe as tissue death known medically as necrosis. Necrosis isn't just a complicated term. It's what happens when parts of your body no longer receive the oxygen and nutrients needed to stay alive. For your legs, this can result in sharp pain, wounds that resist healing, and in the most severe cases, even amputation. And here's the alarming part, the path to necrosis usually doesn't begin with a visible injury. It often starts with what's on your plate. Today, we'll reveal 7 everyday foods that may be quietly pushing your legs toward a dangerous edge. You probably have one of them in your fridge right now. And before you think, that would never happen to me, keep in mind that these effects develop slowly over time, frequently without clear symptoms until it's too late. If you care about keeping your legs strong and pain-free, stay with me to the very end. And while you're here, comment blue if you're committed to protecting your legs, or white if you think they're in perfect shape. And don't forget to subscribe to Health Hub so you never miss out on essential, life-saving health tips. Let's kick things off with the first suspect, a breakfast staple with a hidden danger: bacon. Yes, just hearing it crackle in the pan can make your mouth water. That comforting smell wafting through the house on a lazy morning is hard to resist. But here's the reality: no matter how tasty it is, bacon might be harming your legs in ways you've never considered. Each strip is packed with sodium and saturated fat, a dangerous combination that can, over time, quietly lead to circulation problems. Excess sodium causes your body to retain fluid, which increases blood pressure. High blood pressure puts extra strain on your arteries, the vessels that deliver oxygen-rich blood throughout your body, causing them to harden and narrow. Combine that with the saturated fats in bacon that tend to cling to artery walls, and you end up with plaque buildup. This narrowing of the arteries is what doctors call peripheral artery disease, and when it affects your legs, it means reduced blood flow, less oxygen, and a slower healing process. This isn't just a theory. Studies by the American Heart Association reveal that people who regularly consume processed meats like bacon have a greater risk of developing vascular issues. You might first notice this as cramping in your calves during walks, colder feet, or minor cuts on your toes that just won't heal. In advanced cases, restricted blood flow can lead to tissue damage. Am I telling you to give up bacon forever? Absolutely not. Life's too short for never again rules, but it's worth treating it as an occasional indulgence rather than a daily ritual. If you love the savory flavor, try opting for low-sodium turkey bacon, or even better, swap out a few bacon breakfasts for avocado on whole grain toast. You'll still get that rich, satisfying taste, but with heart-friendly fats that support healthy circulation. And speaking of salty, fatty favorites that may be undermining your leg health, here's another one you'll recognize from cookouts, quick lunches, and sports games. It comes nestled in a bun. Hot dogs. They might seem harmless as they sizzle on the grill, ready for mustard and ketchup. For many people, they're tied to fond memories: summer barbecues, family picnics, ballpark snacks. But behind that nostalgia is a list of ingredients that can be rough on your arteries, especially the ones supplying your legs. Hot dogs fall under the processed meat category, which means they're often full of preservatives like sodium nitrite. While this helps maintain flavor and color, it also leads to the formation of harmful compounds in your body that damage artery linings. Damaged arteries stiffen and narrow, making it harder for blood to reach your lower limbs, and just like bacon, hot dogs pack in the sodium, raising blood pressure and further stressing your circulatory system. Many also contain trans fats, the worst type of fat, which not only boost bad cholesterol LDL but also lower good cholesterol HDL. It's like removing the janitor while doubling the trash. The result? Clogged arteries. When blood flow to your legs becomes restricted, even walking can become painful and healing slows dramatically. Research from the Harvard School of Public Health links regular intake of processed meats like hot dogs with a heightened risk of cardiovascular disease. But remember, it's not just about the heart. Your legs depend on healthy circulation. 2. If hot dogs are a family staple, you don't need to eliminate them entirely. Look for nitrate-free options or switch to grilled chicken sausages, which are usually lower in sodium and higher in lean protein. Pair them with fresh vegetables instead of chips, and your legs will thank you. Now, if you think hot dogs are the worst offender, wait until you hear about a golden, crispy comfort food with an even sneakier threat: French fries. Those crispy, golden sticks can make any meal feel indulgent. Whether from your favorite fast food spot or homemade in the oven, fries are a go-to comfort food. But here's the issue: how? Their maid turns them into little delivery trucks for artery-damaging fats. Most restaurants reuse frying oil multiple times, and as that oil breaks down, it produces trans fats. These fats are notorious for clogging arteries quickly. They raise bad cholesterol and lower the good, which normally helps clear out plaque. This means those crunchy fries can, over time, restrict blood flow to your legs, limiting the oxygen and nutrients your muscles and skin need. And don't forget the salt. A medium order of fast food fries can contain more than 250 milligrams of sodium, and who stops at just one serving? That sodium elevates blood pressure, stressing your arteries even more. The result? Poor circulation and an increased risk of peripheral artery disease, which brings pain, numbness, and delayed healing in your legs. Research from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition confirms the link between high consumption of fried foods and increased risk of cardiovascular and circulatory conditions, since your legs are at the farthest point from your heart. They're often the first to suffer when blood flow drops. Does that mean fries are completely off limits? Not at all. Moderation is crucial. If you're making them at home, try baking or using an air fryer with heart-healthy oils like olive or avocado oil. And instead of reaching for salt, spice them up with herbs like rosemary, paprika, or garlic powder. They can be just as flavorful without the extra risk, but fries aren't the only danger disguised as comfort. Sometimes the real threat isn't salty or greasy, it's sugary, fizzy, and sitting in your fridge right now. Soda, whether it's a can with lunch, a large cup from a gas station, or a bottle kept just in case, soda has a sneaky way of becoming a daily habit. But what's inside that sugary sparkle can silently damage your legs in surprising ways. The biggest offender: sugar, and lots of it. A 12-ounce may contain 30 to 40 grams of sugar. That's like pouring 8 to 10 teaspoons directly into your bloodstream within minutes. Regular blood sugar spikes can damage the delicate nerves in your legs and feet, leading to peripheral neuropathy. This kind of nerve damage can result in numbness, tingling, burning sensations, or even loss of feeling, which makes it harder to notice injuries before they worsen. Consuming high amounts of sugar also plays a role in insulin resistance, which can eventually lead to type 2 diabetes, a key contributor to poor circulation and nerve damage. And the issue isn't just the sugar content. Many sodas are also acidic, which can irritate the inner lining of your blood vessels, making them more prone to narrowing. With less room inside your arteries, less blood reaches your lower limbs, and your legs are the first to feel the impact. A long-term study published in Diabetologia found that individuals who frequently drink sugary beverages face a much higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes, along with all the leg-related complications that come with it. So, what can you drink instead? Consider sparkling water with a splash of real fruit juice, or unsweetened iced tea with lemon. You'll still enjoy something refreshing without the blood sugar spikes. Even reducing your soda intake from 1 can a day to just a few a week can significantly benefit your circulation over time. While the sugar in soda may harm your nerves, there's another everyday food that can damage your legs in a different but equally harmful way. It doesn't even taste sweet, yet it causes your blood sugar to rise just as quickly. Let's talk about white bread. Soft, fluffy, and a staple in many households, white bread shows up in everything from toast to sandwiches. But its texture comes from refined flour grain that's been stripped of fiber and nutrients. Without fiber to slow things down, your body quickly converts it to glucose. The resulting blood sugar spike isn't only problematic for people with diabetes, it's rough on everyone. Repeated sugar surges damage the tiny blood vessels that supply your legs and feet. With time, this damage limits the delivery of oxygen and nutrients to tissues, delaying healing and raising the risk of infections. If you already have any circulation issues, white bread may be making them worse without any obvious symptoms. This isn't just speculation. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition linked diets high in refined carbs with increased risk of heart disease and weakened vascular function. And remember, your legs are far from your heart, meaning they're usually the first to suffer when blood flow decreases. White bread also comes with what some call a hidden sugar effect. Despite lacking a sweet taste, it has a high glycemic index. Your body reacts to it almost like candy. That can cause insulin spikes followed by energy crashes, which often led to cravings for more refined carbs. It's a loop that keeps stressing your arteries again and again. Looking for a better choice? Opt for whole grain or sprouted grain bread. These varieties are rich in fiber, which slows sugar absorption, keeps energy levels balanced, and protects your blood vessels. For extra benefit, top your toast with a source of protein or healthy fat like peanut butter or avocado, both great choices for circulation. While white bread can quietly impair your leg health, another treat hits even harder by combining sugar with unhealthy fats, affecting your legs from two directions at once. It's a food often tied to joyful memories, a scoop after dinner, a cone on a summer day, or a late-night indulgence while watching your favorite show. Ice cream. More than just dessert, it's an emotional comfort. But unfortunately, it's also a potent mix of sugar and saturated fat that can work against your leg health. The added sugars in most ice creams cause rapid spikes in blood sugar, similar to soda or refined carbs. Over time, these fluctuations damage small blood vessels and nerves in your legs and feet, leading to numbness, tingling, slower healing, and in more severe cases, ulcers that resist closing. If you live with diabetes or prediabetes, this damage can occur even faster. Then there's the fat content. Ice cream is typically made with cream and often includes added butter fat to enhance its rich texture. These saturated fats raise LDL cholesterol, the kind that clogs arteries, and lower HDL, which helps clean them out. With narrower arteries, especially in the legs, your body struggles to supply blood efficiently. The result? Faster fatigue, delayed recovery from injuries, and a higher chance of developing peripheral artery disease. Research published in the British Journal of Nutrition confirms that diets rich in both added sugars and saturated fats significantly increase cardiovascular risks. And as we know, what affects the heart also affects your legs. They're all part of the same circulatory system. Does that mean you have to give up ice cream forever? Not necessarily. The key is moderation. Try enjoying smaller servings or choosing lighter options made with reduced fat dairy or plant-based milks. Some brands even offer nice cream made from blended frozen bananas, naturally sweet and creamy, but without the added sugar or harmful fats. And while ice cream may be a summertime favorite, there's another hidden offender that might be sitting in your freezer all year round. It's packed with sodium, fat, and chemical additives, and many people don't realize just how much harm it can do to circulation. Let's talk about frozen pizza. It's the go-to for rush dinners, movie nights, or I forgot to cook situations. Pop it in the oven and dinner's ready in minutes. But while it may save time, it can cost your legs in the long run. For starters, frozen pizza is a sodium bomb. A single personal-sized pizza can contain over 1,200 milligrams of sodium, more than half of what the American Heart Association recommends for an entire day. Excess sodium raises blood pressure, which damages the delicate arteries that feed your legs and feet. And it's not just the salt. The fat content is another concern. Not only saturated fats from the cheese and meats, but also trans fats that may be lurking in the crust and toppings. These fats contribute to plaque buildup and lower your good cholesterol, just like we saw with bacon and fries. This artery narrowing limits blood flow, which leads to pain, fatigue, and slower healing even from minor injuries. But there's more. Many frozen pizzas contain preservatives and additives designed to extend shelf life. Some of these substances promote inflammation, which can further damage blood vessels and hinder circulation. It's a subtle process. You might not even notice what's happening until you're out of breath after a short walk, or your feet feel cold even in a warm room. A study published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology linked high consumption of ultra-processed foods like frozen pizza with increased rates of heart and vascular conditions. And remember, if it affects your heart, it affects your legs. If pizza night is part of your weekly routine, don't worry, you don't have to give it up. Try making your own using a whole grain crust, fresh vegetables, and lean proteins. You'll slash the sodium, unhealthy fats, and artificial additives while still getting that cheesy comfort you crave. Now that we've explored all 7 sneaky foods that can quietly sabotage your legs, let's bring it all together with a warm and empowering message. These 7 foods might seem harmless, even comforting, but over time, they can quietly erode the strength and health of your legs. Every meal is an opportunity. What you put on your plate influences how well your legs support you through life's best moments. The great news is you don't need to give up the things you love. Even small adjustments, switching ingredients, reducing portions, can make a meaningful difference. These changes can support better circulation, stronger muscles, and more freedom of movement as the years go by. Think about it. Your legs have carried you through decades of memories, first dances, family trips, holidays, and quiet mornings. A little care and intention can help them carry you further. So maybe this week, skip the soda and enjoy a cold glass of lemon water. Choose whole grain bread instead of white. Treat ice cream like an occasional guest, not a constant companion. And above all, remember, you're in charge. Each mindful choice is a step toward pain-free mornings, joyful afternoons in the garden, and spontaneous dancing in the kitchen. Your legs can still take you wherever you want to go. Just give them the support they need. If this video gave you valuable insight, drop a blue in the comments. Share it with someone who could use a little encouragement. And don't forget to subscribe to Health Hub for more tips that help keep you moving strong.